Today we're going to be talking about the Mini Vista Supertunias. Hi, I'm Heidi from Garden Crossings, and one of our viewers had said, Heidi, can you go ahead and talk about the Mini Vistas and just show us the different ones that are out there? So of course I'll do that. And if you have any suggestions for videos that you'd like to see, leave them in the comments below. So what is a Mini Vista Supertunia? So they originally started off with the name of Supertunia Charm and then the color. Nobody really knew what does a charm mean. Like if you're talking petunias, you know what Vista means. You know it's got excellent vigor. You know it's great in a landscape. But when we were talking about the Vista, the Supertunia Charm series, nobody really knew what that meant. So they changed the name. The name is now Supertunia Mini Vista and then the color. So a Mini Vista is a Supertunia that performs excellent in the landscape, much like the Vistas that you may be familiar with. They also do really well in hanging baskets. The difference between a Mini Vista and a Vista is the flowers of the Mini Vista typically tend to be a little bit smaller in size, and the habit is a little bit more compact. Now, don't let compact scare you, because it still does an excellent job in the landscape. It gets, nice and large like you would expect. It just doesn't get as tall. So the normal Vistas, they'll get anywhere from 2 to maybe even 3 foot tall if you're really good at fertilizing, where the Mini Vistas are going to stay more around the 12-inch mark. And the habit is just a little bit more, it's a tighter type habit. When we're using them in the hanging baskets, a Vista will make a huge canopy in the hanging baskets, where a Mini Vista stays a little closer to the baskets, a little tighter, and just more, I personally think, more suitable for a 12-inch hanging basket. So we're going to go ahead, walk through the greenhouse and take a look at all the different colors. Right now there are 9 varieties available. I'm going to just show you each of the varieties so you can see the coloration. There's not a lot like with the normal Vistas. There's a lot of pink shades where it's nice to have them side by side so you can see just the little nuances from one to another. With the Mini Vista series, it's more of a spectrum of color, so you're going to get kind of that full rainbow array. So let's go ahead and take a look at all of the different Mini Vista Supertunias. But before we do, there's one thing I do need to point out. These Mini Vistas, and I know when I say petunias, a lot of you get this little feeling of, ugh, petunias, I don't like them. And I think the reason why you're thinking that is because you're thinking of your grandmother's petunias. The petunias you had to sit and pick at to keep them flowering. These Supertunias are not your grandmother's petunias. You don't have to sit there and pick at them. They're self-cleaning, so they'll just continue to look beautiful all summer long without you really needing to touch them at all. Now, there is one thing. You do want to fertilize your petunias as you would with any of your annuals. We recommend watering daily as needed. If you're getting a hotter time of the summer, for sure water daily. If it's been a more rainier time or cloudier days, you might be able to go every couple days. But fertilizing is the important part with your Supertunias to keeping them looking fabulous. Feed them and they'll be fabulous. We recommend feeding them about every 1 to 2 weeks with our water-soluble fertilizer. So now that I put that there, because I think it's important not just say buy these plants and plant them, I think it's important for you to know how and what you need to do to keep them looking fabulous all summer long. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at them. Here we have the Mini Vista Hot Pink. So all of the Mini Vistas, they get about 6 to 12 inches tall and they spread to about 18 to 24 inches wide. Let's go ahead and take a look here at Hot Pink, and I'm going to actually compare it to Supertunia Vista Fuchsia, so that way you can kind of get a comparison of the flower size as well. So there you have the Supertunia Vista Fuchsia next to the Supertunia Mini Vista Hot Pink. I'm going to apologize, we just got done watering these, so they all look just a little bit wet, and plants always look a little better when they're dry. But this way you can see the beautiful bright bubblegum pink color of the Mini Vista Hot Pink. This would be the one that is most comparable to the bubblegum color. This here is the Mini Vista Indigo, and I'm going to use fuchsia kind of as my standard to show you the size of the flower up against. So here we go again. We have the Vista Fuchsia with the Mini Vista Indigo, and that too I think will help kind of give you an idea of the coloration too if you wanted to create pairings. The Mini Vista Indigo is a really beautiful deep purple or royal purple color, much like Royal Velvet Supertunia. A little bit smaller habit, but again, excellent in the ground or in hanging baskets and containers. Next, we have the Mini Vista White, and Mini Vista White flowers are a little bit bigger than many of the other flowers in the Mini Vista series. Here we're comparing it again to Vista Fuchsia, and you can see that the flowers are just a little bit bigger than what some of the other comparisons have been. Mini Vista White features just bright white, clean flowers. And this would be most like the Supertunia Snowdrift. Supertunia Mini Vista Midnight is a new variety here for 2023, and it features really deep, dark purple shades of flowers. Here we're showing you Midnight with, again, the Vista Fuchsia to give you that size comparison. And I think one thing that's really cool is when you look at that Midnight with that Fuchsia, I think they're very complementary. That dark color of Midnight is really pulling out that dark veining that I didn't even realize was there of the Vista Fuchsia. So if you're looking for just a deeper, darker shade of purple, Mini Vista Midnight. Also new for 2023 is the Mini Vista Yellow. Mini Vista Yellow is a very kind of a lemony yellow in my opinion. It's not like a golden yellow, but it's kind of just a nice lemony color flower. A great addition to adding yellows into the Supertunia line. There's a couple other yellows, but this one I think is the crispest, clearest yellow so far. This is the Mini Vista Yellow. Mini Vista Pink Star is next on the list. You can see these are beautiful bicolor blooms. They've got that bright pink, that bubblegum colored pink, and the white striping going on compared to fuchsia. There's your size comparison there. This is a great plant if you're looking just to add two different colors into a mix. If you want to plant one plant but have two colors, this star is a really great plant for doing that. This also pairs well with Purple Star, which is another one we'll show here in just a minute. But if you're looking to do kind of that bicolor, if you're looking to do that bicolor basket, which is actually going to be a tricolor because you'll have the pink, the purple, and the white, mixing those two stars together is a great combination. Here we have the Mini Vista Sweet Sangria. This is going to be the one that is the closest in color to the Vista Fuchsia, although you can see it's got a lot more purple to it. But this again is just a nice deeper pink if you're looking to add that deeper pink coloration into your combinations. The Mini Vista Sweet Sangria is a great option. So the third new introduction for 2023 is the Mini Vista Scarlet. This has beautiful red blooms, and you can see the size comparison there. Also, I think this kind of helps, if you're familiar with fuchsia, you know the color of fuchsia, and I think this just kind of helps understand a little bit better the color of red here that we have with Scarlet. Scarlet's certainly not a fire engine red, but it's not a deep red either. It's just kind of a nice middle of the road red color. And this pairs well with the other two new Mini Vistas, the Midnight and the Yellow. Think about making that in a combination and you got a really cool splash of color there. And last in this series is the Mini Vista Violet Star. So earlier I called it Purple Star and then I caught myself, it's actually Violet Star. And these flowers seem to be the smallest of all the Mini Vista flowers. We'll take a look here again with it compared to the Vista Fuchsia, and you can see how the flower size is significantly smaller than others in this series. So the Violet Star has beautiful velvety purple stripes with a crisp, clean white stripes. This is the one that I said would pair really nicely with the Mini Vista Pink Star. So hopefully this was helpful for you to see just all of the Mini Vistas that are currently available, to see the size comparison to our sample plant here, the Vista Fuchsia Petunia. And like I said, these are great for ground plantings, great for container plantings. Really anywhere you put them, they're going to be happy. Full sun to part shade locations, feed them every 1 to 2 weeks, and they are going to perform just fabulous in your gardens. If you have questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. And if you're new to the station, please subscribe. I'm Heidi from Garden Crossings.